much beef can you spend?
2019, 23, 2033, 43.
Hello and welcome to our Creative Commune podcast with Liam, B, Pete and Laura. We'll be chatting all things photography, videography and just having a general chat over a coffee like we do most days.
Morning everyone.
Morning.
How are we doing?
Better than you.
Yeah.
I'm struggling. I am struggling big time.
Yeah. Well, you stop
Broken.
gallivanting abroad, you know?
Jet lag is
Yeah. Well, the last time I went to Asia was, when was it? Like a couple of years back?
Trying to think.
And I always forget how it makes you feel going like that far across the world.
real. Yeah.
And I just feel broken, like smashed in.
Yeah.
It's taken me a long time to get my brain back in order again.
Is it back in order?
No, it's not.
All right,
I feel like
okay.
I'm in the Twilight
Yeah.
Zone.
I keep having to wake you up from nightmares, but at like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night.
Oh, wow.
You know, he's gone to sleep
Yeah.
at 9, straight into deep sleep. Nightmare.
I had a great time.
no.
It was a great time. And like,
Doesn't sound nice.
I wouldn't turn these sort of jobs down because it's money, isn't it? And it's like going to an exotic location.
And you love an adventure.
And I do love an adventure, but
It's
I
hardcore.
think when you go to like somewhere that's 8 hours difference and you're there for like 4-5 days.
You weren't there for 4. I don't know why
How
you
long
keep
was I
telling
there
people
for?
you were there for
A
a week.
week.
Was it a
keep
week?
telling people 4 or 5 days.
But most of that's travelling. That's like
It doesn't count if you're on a plane.
It's 2 days travelling.
Yeah. 5 days
2
there,
days
2 days
travelling to
travelling.
get there, don't you? Take into account the time difference. You're
Yeah.
adding on the time difference.
Well, even still, it's a long way to go. It's
It
8
is.
hours difference. And then you've got like the heat and the pressure of the job.
Yeah.
So you start to get your brain nearly in the time zone while you're there. Then you got to come home.
So were you all right when you were there? Or were you tired the whole
I was
time?
tired for the whole time, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But I had a great time. They were a great couple, great
Yeah.
party. Yeah, it was good. It's just quite taxing on the brain.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I need to be more appreciative because, you know, not many people get the
Yeah.
opportunity to go to Thailand. So it was,
Yeah.
it was good.
Yeah,
I had a
I've
good
never
time.
been.
Cool.
It was an awesome time. It was just like, it was like nearly 40 degrees for the actual
Oh,
wedding.
Nice.
And the venue, like absolutely stunning, beautiful venue. But it was like a sort of country manor, like
Yeah.
English style country manor, in the middle
wow.
of like the jungle. So it didn't really have those like authentic Thai vibes.
Yeah.
But it was awesome. The people were lovely. But even the Thai photographer, he was like, "Oh, it's too hot, Liam." It's too hot."
Unseasonably hot. Was it?
Yeah. Yeah. It was really hot, but I had a good time. You know.
So was it the same thing where they had people with the hotel, like another photographer when
Yes.
you rocked up?
Yeah, it was the same
Why
kind of vibe.
does this happen with destination weddings where
don't
they've got
know.
like they have to have other people?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm too polite, so there was.
Do they never tell you beforehand either?
I knew about the other photographer last minute because
Yeah.
the planner had recommended another photographer because there was like Chinese tea ceremony.
yeah, I
and
remember you
He's
saying.
going to know more about that than I do.
Sure.
But you know, it's just like here's some tea. Here's like
Yeah.
a red card.
Yeah.
There's not a lot to know about it really.
Yeah.
But I didn't know about the 4 videographers.
Oh no,
I mean, that is...
that's a lot.
Which was bonkers, and then I was down as like the main photographer for the actual wedding, but I'm too polite in the way I work. So when
Yeah.
it comes to like the confetti shot, there's like
They're muscling
there's
in.
like 5 of us in the aisle waiting, and I'm like, you guys all right? Like, make sure they've got like a good view, and like,
Yeah.
like Liam, you're the main photographer.
Yeah,
you just go
stop
where you want to
worrying.
go. But I don't work that way. I want to make sure that they get their angles too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that
That's
you've been
hard work.
Reevaluating a little bit, haven't you, about the future of destination weddings? Well, particularly long haul destination weddings. Maybe.
I mean, once a year is enough. If you're going like Rio wasn't so bad that it's 3 hours, but Thailand with the 8 hours, it did like. You know, I'm still suffering now.
Yeah, so it's
know,
like you need a good like gap after as well,
was
where
saying
you can like
that
recover.
realistically, it's like 2 weeks of your
Yeah.
life for this one event, this
Yeah.
one day
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
you need to take into account. And he's like, I just don't know.
Yeah, how
Whether
often you
going-
could do that.
Yeah.
I might feel differently next week when my
When you've
brain is
recovered,
back.
yeah.
Oh, you know, I'll probably do it again. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
but right now the idea
right
of
now
going
it's
to like Australia is like
yeah. Well, I'm back in kind of body, but not in mind.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm not being a great sort of husband or dad this
You're not
week.
doing anything,
I'm not
really.
doing anything. I'm just kind of like,
You just
like zonked.
stumbled in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But But, you know, it's a good point of discussion because I don't think many photographers have had the opportunity to go to Asia or
and
like
everybody
America.
would jump
Or
at the
if
chance.
they have, they're just like, it was great.
Yeah.
Like, I really appreciate
It's
it.
all the positives,
And nobody really talks about
nobody really talks about like
negatives.
the effect it has on your
Yeah.
kind of body and mind.
Your
to
body,
do it.
your mind, your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when you guys went to Australia,
Yeah.
like how did you feel when you got there?
I, before
Look
that,
at-
thought that jet lag was made up. I just thought people needed to man up. You know what I mean? I was like, whatever, I'll be fine. And I was fine when we were there because
Yeah.
I was just waking up at like 5, 6 in the morning, like ping, like wide awake, feeling awesome. And then we
Yeah.
came home and I was on another planet for like 2
Yeah,
weeks.
we were broken when we got back.
Yeah, it's just really surreal.
But I 100% would go again. Like,
Yeah,
no
but
more than once a year,
this
something
is
like
it.
that.
Imagine
once a
if
year.
that
Going
was
to Australia, that's
you
awesome.
can't say no, can you?
No, you can't say no. Like Thailand, that is amazing.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you were doing it once a month,
Oh no, you couldn't do that.
I just think
Would you get used to it though?
I think it would affect you
I don't
physically.
Think, I don't think you could if you're like going in and out of time zones all the time.
Yeah.
Eventually, it's just going to like drag you down to like a pit of doom.
You just feel like that all the time. It would be awful.
Yeah.
wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And like when I got there as well, you've got like I had a couple of days to acclimatise, but it's so hot. You're walking around trying to take in the sights, of which there are amazing sights in Chiang Mai. If you've not been to Chiang Mai, go because there's like amazing temples. There's like little street bars, and it's fantastic vibe. Really safe city.
Yeah.
But it's too hot to walk around, so you're walking around. You're like,
Yeah.
what can I do? I'll just sit in a bar. So you sit in a bar. Like, do you like a Chang? It's like, yeah, I'll have a Chang. Yeah. So you have a beer. And then after that, I'll have another walk around. You're walking around. It's too stinking hot. So you think, I'll sit down and have another drink. And so it's either like sit in a bar
Yeah.
or walk around in the stinking heat or go back to your hotel and chill out.
Yeah.
So
That would be
yeah.
my
I
option.
know that.
Yeah.
I
Lying by
know.
a
We're all like, why are you walking around?
Because I wanted to see Chiang Mai.
Go see it when it's cooled down a bit.
It doesn't cool
Yeah,
down.
do it at
This
night.
is a good insight to us on holiday, though,
Yeah.
isn't it? Liam, like, where are we going? What should we do? And
We're
us
like, here by the pool.
stillness.
And also, like when you get there, like you're hungry, but then after about a day, my appetite just disappeared.
Really?
Just gone. Yeah. And I knew I needed to eat, so I'm trying to force food down me. Even on the wedding day, I had didn't have any breakfast on the morning, so I wasn't hungry.
Yeah.
And then I had like a croissant during the bridal prep, and then I had like a tiny little meal at about 8 o'clock at night that I had to force down me just because like appetite just shot.
Right.
Just because it's so hot.
Because it's
Yeah.
so hot. Yeah.
Hot, but then I googled it. Apparently, if you're going in and out of like extreme time zones as well, jet lag can actually have a massive effect on your.
Your body's just shutting down.
Right. So what you're saying is, it's like if you want to go on a diet,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
long haul flight.
That's a good
Yeah,
idea.
Yeah.
I mean, look how trim I am.
Yeah.
At
yeah,
the
you're
moment. It's
looking
gone.
You're
super
just
trim.
not eating for
Yeah.
a week.
Yeah.
And
Just,
yeah.
you know, so on the outside, I'm looking good.
Looking
But on the
fine.
inside,
You're a
I'm
shell of a
probably
man.
A shell of a man, yeah.
Get some pizza down you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll come
So
back.
it's just it's a good point of discussion for people who get inquiries for these sort of countries.
Yeah,
you know,
to
it's,
keep in mind.
Just to keep in mind that.
Yeah,
you
you'll
know,
be
it's-
broken when you
you're
get
gonna be
back.
broken, yeah. It's an amazing adventure, but consider you're looking at a good 2 weeks where you're going to feel a bit shit.
Yeah.
I mean, we all agree to daft things sometimes, don't we?
do.
Like we
True.
did, was it a wedding in Italy we did the day after we did a wedding in the UK?
It was in Spain, yeah.
Spain. No,
Yeah,
I'm sure.
yeah.
Was it Spain? I'm sure it was
It was
Italy.
in Spain, and we had Albert, and he was like 2 months old.
Yeah. And like,
How
so.
did you get that? How did
Isn't
it
that
work?
insane? We literally finished the wedding and then did a night flight with a
Yeah, so your
2-month-old
parents
baby.
had looked after him at ours, hadn't they?
Yes.
My parents had flown out in advance.
So we got home, picked up our baby and our bags, went to the airport.
So we had like, what, 2-3 hours sleep, didn't we?
I don't
we
think I had
backed up-
any sleep.
We backed up everything, charged the batteries,
Yeah, flew to Spain.
flew to Spain.
But at the end of that wedding, I thought I was going to die. I remember not being able to get up after shooting. I was crouching
Yeah.
down shooting the speeches and just being like, I don't think
On the
I can
way to the
stand
wedding,
up.
I'm like driving the wrong way around a roundabout because I'm like, I'm half dead. Just like, what are you even thinking here, guys? Why did you think this was a good idea?
But because we didn't want having a baby to hold us back, we were mental. You know,
But
where
that
you're just
wasn't
like,
the baby, though, was it? That was, we just shot a wedding.
No, but
and
I
then we
just
had a
remember
flight the
being
next
like,
day.
yeah, well, Alders would have done this. Let's just do it. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
You do, don't you? Like sometimes when like inquiries come through,
And you
they
want
look
to
like
do it.
awesome adventures, but
Yeah.
they look really tight, and you know it's going to be like a struggle.
Yeah.
You don't really consider the amount of struggle it's going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, but then it highlights how resilient we are as people.
Yeah, because I think that as well. Like
don't know,
if
but-
you can talk yourself out of anything and just
Yeah.
be like, no, because I need to make sure I've had enough sleep, and that's a bit of a long drive. Like make your life easy. You could choose
But
that.
we do that now, because
Yeah.
I remember, like, when all the COVID rearrangements,
Yes.
there was a wedding that we really wanted to do, but they rearranged it for the day after another wedding, and it was like an 8-hour drive from there.
Yeah.
And like I was telling him, like, because the groom who was in communication with, and he phoned, and I was like, I don't think we can, because like we'll have finished this wedding at half 10, 11. It's an 8-hour drive. He's like, so you can do it. It's just like,
Are you mad?
no, I can't.
If you want me at your wedding, just again, like in body, not in mind.
Yeah.
Then I could do it.
Isn't that
Yeah.
a mad thing to say? Like,
think
because you wouldn't get there until
he
what,
works-
8 in the morning.
I think he worked in the film industry, so that's why we were dead excited. We really wanted to do it, because he was like, ooh, could this be our way into all these cool people? But I mean, we would have done such a shit
Yeah, this
job
is
at
the
that
thing.
wedding.
You've got to weigh up. Like, will I actually do it? Is this responsible?
Yeah.
Like,
It's one thing like people in the film industry, they're always part of a team, aren't they? Of like loads of people, so people can like fill in the slack. But if it's just
Just
if
you.
it's just us
Yeah.
or just me, I know. If I'm broken, everything goes to shit.
Yeah, you got to
I think
protect it.
with video as well, there's so much more you've got to think about. I
Yeah.
found that as a photographer, I can actually shoot when I'm
Yeah.
like really like under a lot of pressure and like tired.
Yeah,
So
you can autopilot it.
memories of the wedding are a bit kind of vague. It's like,
Yeah.
what was I doing? And then you look at the photographs, like,
Yeah. Oh no,
did
I did do
alright.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
so true.
You can still muddle through like that with
You can,
film, but
okay.
just like the risk of you like forgetting to mic someone up,
Yeah.
or
There's things
all
you
those
could
stuff.
forget. Yeah.
yeah. Whereas like we
not
just pick
worth
up the
it.
camera and shoot.
Yeah.
There's no lighting to think about because
I don't know. You're still thinking about everything.
Yeah, but not to the same extent as you with like sound and tripods.
I don't know. You just stick it on.
Yeah.
There you go. Like that. Hopefully I'll press record. Yeah, there's remembering to press record. It's the simple things that you'd forget.
Okay.
Remembering to press record.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Oh, like that's not happened before.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Can we talk about plane etiquette? Because I had a fucking
yeah.
terrible flight on the way back.
Oh, no.
On the way there, it was awesome. I had a whole row to myself.
The
and I was like,
dream.
"Oh, so good. You know when you're in fucking steerage at the back? And like, I'm sure they're making planes smaller nowadays.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, they
You
are.
can't. You just feel like, oh my god,
not
I'm
on a
like, I
long
feel so
haul as
enclosed,
well.
and I'm introverted, and I don't like being in enclosed spaces.
Yeah.
So to have like a row of three, it was like, oh, this is nice. But on the way back, I had a row of three, nearly close to it being full, and then like some guy sits next to me, and he's wearing the smallest bloody shorts, and he's wearing flip flops. And
Oh,
on a plane, and like
Drafty.
he was a bit pongy, this fella.
Oh no.
And then as soon as we took off, he like drank like 2 cans of beer, and then he sat there with his legs spread, and like plane etiquette
Not
does
cool.
my bloody head in.
Yeah.
So we've got like there's
Yeah,
a line.
there's a
isn't
line.
there?
There's an invisible line.
There is an invisible line.
So he's like legs akimbo.
cool.
There's a woman sat next to him on the right. There's me on the left. He's taken up bit of my space, bit of her space as well. And I'm thinking, come on, man, you must know the rules here.
Yeah.
Etiquette. This is wrong. And then the armrest. No one has claimed the armrest.
No.
He's claimed the armrest.
Oh no.
So I'm like sort of to the side like this. His legs are akimbo. His bollocks are nearly hanging out of his shorts. This is
No.
not good.
And you can't say anything because you're on this plane with him for hours.
Hours. So I thought,
Yeah.
fuck it, I'll just put a horror film on. So I stuck a horror film on, watched that. Then he falls asleep. She falls asleep. And I'm too polite to wake people up.
Oh, and then you
And
can't.
they're asleep.
You can't go for
I
a wee.
fell asleep. And then I woke up and like, oh, you know when you're on a plane as well, like the gas builds up, doesn't it, inside?
No.
Oh, let it out if he's touching you.
I went about,
He
like,
would.
I went about 10 hours. It was a 12-hour flight. I went 10 hours without going to the toilet.
Oh no.
And then
See, that's so
eventually-
bad for your circulation as well.
Yeah.
You
I had
should
to
be
nudge
standing
them.
up.
You need to get up and move.
And
You'll
then
end up
in
with
the
feet
end.
like me after the Australia flight.
Debating
Oh, wow,
thrombosis.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I nudged him in the end and they let me out and like I nearly took off when I was on the toilet.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
But yeah, plane etiquette, it's an important thing to me.
And
You know.
not even on a plane, just always people on buses, like whatever.
Yeah.
If you sat next to someone, there's an invisible line.
Yeah.
Can't
Yeah,
be
what is
putting
this-
your knee over the line.
Yeah.
Spreading of legs
Don't want to be
thing.
sexist.
It's going to be men,
it's
isn't
men.
it?
I don't
It's
do
gonna
it.
be
Pete, you
men.
don't do it, do you?
No.
You know, we know. We're sensible. We are good men.
It's like
you know.
just having awareness, isn't
is.
it? Just having spatial awareness. Like
Yeah.
he is clearly taking
Do
up
we
more
need to
room.
teach this in schools rather than like
Yeah.
trigonometry?
Maybe
think
we should have a
people
good
know. I think
chat with
people know.
Albert.
No, like teach guys not to walk behind a woman on a pavement at night.
Yeah,
or ever, really.
Yeah.
Do you think this dude on the plane was like,
Don't.
I don't care. I know I'm taking up his space and her space.
Yeah,
but
maybe-
fuck
Maybe
you.
you
Yeah.
just hadn't thought about it, and all you needed to say was like, "Oh, like sorry, would you mind moving your leg?" And he probably
Who
would have been
sits
fine
with the
with it.
legs spread?
Yeah.
No one does that, you know.
So
It's-
awkward.
it's-
A lot of
yeah.
people do
Darling,
that.
they do.
It's it winds
That is
me
my
up,
experience
you know.
on every flight.
I think next time I do a long haul,
You
it's
should
gonna
have
have to
just
be a
you
business
should have
class.
just moved your knee to just really heavily press
Yeah.
against his knee.
Yeah.
Yeah, could have done that. Couldn't I? Yeah.
That's what I would do. Just be really subtle.
Pass-ag.
Just-
Well, I-
yeah, pass-ag it.
I
That's what you
remember,
should do.
like, years ago, going to South Africa, and I fell asleep, and my leg went over to the other side, and I got woken up with this like extreme pain, and this guy was like forcing my leg back.
Oh.
And I thought, fair dues, mate. You know, I was on your side, so maybe that's what you need to do. Is
Yeah,
just,
just be
fucking
like,
get off my
Move
zone.
it and do it straight away early on in the flight, you know? Just like,
Yeah.
no, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Business class next. So next time I do a long
You're
This
not-
is
You're not
escalating.
flying business
well, it's
class.
going to be like if I go.
He
to-
needs to have a nap on the
Business
way.
classes.
well, it's going to have to be a big bucks next time.
I think he needs, and he needs like 2 weeks because then he could just get
Yeah, he
back to
does need
normal.
2
2 weeks, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a stop off in Dubai
Yeah.
or something on the way.
Business class flights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorted.
Just like ease yourself back into the right time zone. Yeah, you should have a few stops on the way
Yeah,
back.
that's
So,
a good
yeah,
idea.
a night in each place.
I need an assistant, so
Oh,
we
yeah,
can take
that's
my
a good
wife.
idea.
We can charge some
What are we
big
doing
bucks.
with the child?
Whatever. She can look after herself
she
at
can
this
look
point.
after
Yeah,
herself.
she
she's
can make her
old
own
now.
breakfast.
She'll
now,
be
can't
fine for
she?
2 weeks.
She can come here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's the plan now. Next time we do one, it's 10 grand, and
Yeah.
we'll both go in business. Okay.
Well, I mean, that's the 10 grand gone then.
Yeah. How much are business class flights? Like, they are. a
3
lot.
grand.
I
Yeah.
was up for an upgrade. It was £800, so I think that's not too bad.
Should have taken it.
Like, it was
But on
worth
top
it.
of the fee you'd
whatever
already
you'd
paid.
paid. Yeah.
I mean, I
800
couldn't have done
quid,
it.
so-
I couldn't have done it for that wedding, but you know, in the
And
future.
that was one way.
could
It wasn't
be.
for both directions.
Because most of these people who book us, they're in finance in Hong Kong, so they're minted.
Yeah.
Hopefully, she's not listening. Yeah. So it was nice. I had a good time. I just trying to get my brain back.
Yeah.
What have you guys been up to?
Nothing.
Nothing!
Laura finished the last wedding of last year.
We've done all our work and we are unemployed.
I've got a wedding on Saturday.
It
Yep, me too.
took like a day and we were both just fully embracing retired life.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Love retired life.
I feel like I just don't have a job, but I love it.
Oh, we got ill as well.
Oh, we got ill.
Soon as we finished the work.
Yeah.
Got
Standard.
ill. Yeah.
Yeah.
So classic. Just a
Right,
cold.
really headachy. Like I went full man flu, and I
did.
never go full man flu.
Yeah.
Like I normally just like ignore a cold, and I was like in bed, just like
My head
I
hurts.
wasn't that bad.
You were quite whingy for a few days. I'd say 5 days.
I was whingy for one day, and you weren't happy about it.
Well, it's annoying, isn't
But
it?
then, like after it had been like half a day, and you'd got to your pass-ag stage,
Yeah.
somehow you got over it, and you were like, "No, I'm going to be nice to him." I was really weirded out by that.
Wow.
Yeah,
I've grown.
yeah, because you were all like, "It's just a cold," and I was just like,
Just so dramatic.
went off, and then you were
Anyway.
nice after that.
Anyway,
yeah.
then he gave it to me, so he was better, and then I got it.
Yeah.
So that
So
was,
when did you
that
recover?
was
Because
good.
you're not going to be spreading us.
Oh yeah, probably. No, you get it.
I'd
Yeah.
say I only had
Fragile
it for
feet.
like 3 days. It went pretty quick.
Yeah, it was. I felt bad for like one day.
Yeah.
And then after that was just a little bit of like, like cold sweats if I did anything. I had like like table tennis match, and I was awful
I
because I
can't
was
believe
just
you were
like,
still going to table tennis. I mean,
well, it was a match.
Nothing's
Pete.
going to stop Pete with his table
It was a
tennis.
match. I couldn't let the team down.
If you lost your hand, you'd go,
Yeah,
you
you
know,
would.
you'll just
Yeah.
strap it on the
I
stump.
did remember. I used to turn up with my wrapped up hand after I fell on it. Didn't I?
Ridiculous.
But yeah,
It's quite full on, the training. When I was there the other day, it's like, what's her name?
Andrea.
Yeah, she's pretty full on with the training, isn't she? Not doing it right. No,
Yeah, she's-
do it again.
Stepped it up a level with the kids.
Yes, it was. I
They're getting
enjoyed
good
it
then.
on
But it
Tuesday.
works.
It was
I
much
was
better.
so impressed with Betty and Albert's skills.
Yeah,
now.
they're getting good.
Betty's backhand now is phenomenal.
Yeah, Betty's got a real natural
good.
backhand.
you told a
yeah.
kid off. I was like,
did
Liam, you
you?
can't tell
Did you
kids
off?
off.
One kid playing, so he was like.
I
like,
almost shouted at him the week before.
I shout at him almost every
He was
every
being
time.
like
He
really
is a
surly.
one.
Idris was like, "We're supposed to be doing backhands," and he's like smashing it down and this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
And he was glaring at Idris and pulling funny faces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Hey, come on, you play nice, play nice."
He thinks he's like so much better than everyone.
He's much younger.
And he has been going a bit longer, so he is a bit better than most kids. But they're all going to overtake him because he won't.
He doesn't listen. He doesn't
won't learn
do anything.
from this point.
He's a little.
Yeah.
There was another
shit.
lad. His dad was there. I thought he was better.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was
he is.
really good.
yeah.
And then Betty and Albert, so impressed. Like, because remember when we were in where did we go when we were playing? There was a table
Yeah.
tennis
Spain.
outside.
We were on
We had
holiday.
that
They were
two-
useless,
yeah.
weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now they'd thrash us
They would.
all.
Yeah.
Well, not
Yeah.
you, but
And Pete, I was very impressed with your skills where you were playing, what's her name again?
Andrea.
Andrea. And you had to like spin the ball. So table tennis, table.
yeah.
And there's no net. There's like up here.
Oh, they bought 2 table tennis tables, didn't they? Like end to end.
yeah.
So that's to kind of like teach the kids to like,
Right.
you
Do
know,
it
like
high.
lift the ball, spin it up.
over it. I couldn't believe what I was seeing from you. And then the Olympian.
Woohoo!
Is she an Olympian?
Yeah,
She is, yeah.
She didn't get 1 point.
it's not a proper game. No,
Is it not? But it was like first to
Was
three.
she not trying?
She
Still.
was trying.
I think she was, but no, but it's a different kind of thing that to like when it's on a short table,
Is it?
like she can put it wherever
do
she wants
yourself down,
anytime.
Pete.
Whereas that was all just in a straight
Liam
line.
was very
I
impressed.
was, I thought.
Thank you.
I'm not playing you again.
The thing is, if you play table tennis for, let's say 12 hours a week,
How dare you?
you know, you're going to get
You're gonna be-
good.
yeah. Can you monetize it somehow? Can we get you into some sort of competitions?
I know.
You know?
I
Good
c-
God, no.
No, come on.
It's too late
Come
for
on.
me.
Be a
Yeah.
manager.
There's got to be an underground, like, table tennis
Like
betting
Fight
ring.
Club.
Surely.
There must be one somewhere in Chorley.
Even then, still not
Start
good enough
one.
for that, you know?
Start one.
Stop.
Wow.
Yeah. That's the
Reckon.
thing. I'm up against the aging, you know?
They'll die. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Soon
They'll
you'll
die,
be the
yeah.
When
best.
they die, you can be one of the elders. That's ideal.
But if I was putting this much training in when I was like 18, I mean,
imagine.
sure, I'd kill them all, but
Is this why Albert has to go to table tennis?
twice a week now, yeah.
Wow.
He's got a very calm approach, Albert. Like,
Yeah.
He's
does.
very skilled.
He doesn't care about
There's
winning.
no aggression.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
very like...
He's
So
got
his
no aggression.
technique's really come along, and yeah, now he needs to put a little bit more
Just needs to want
speed
to win.
into it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But he
Same
doesn't.
with
He
Betty.
doesn't want to win at the moment.
Well, he's just happy to be there.
yeah,
He's the
yeah.
same at tennis. You know, he's just happy to be there.
Yeah.
He's just like, come on.
Yeah, same with Betty in gymnastics. She just kind of floats, you know.
Yeah.
She doesn't like charge up to the
Yeah.
spring thing. He's
Like,
just like,
come on.
boink.
We should talk about the industry. That's what we should talk about.
What have we got? There was something about pensions, wasn't there?
No, well, it was about NI contributions.
Oh, yeah.
And I contribution. God. It
We
was
need to
falling
check
asleep
them.
already.
Everybody needs to check them.
We need to check
Yeah.
to see if we've got any years missing because we have the opportunity to buy back years until like the 5th of April.
Yeah.
Which would make your pension bigger.
Yeah, so
when it
I did
arrives.
this yesterday
Uh-huh.
and mine was all good.
Yeah, it tells you how many years you have to carry on
It does.
Yeah.
working
I
to
wasn't
get the
missing
full
any.
And it's
pension.
shocking.
However, do you want to know how much my pension is? This is hilarious.
Oh, I do
Tenner a
want to
month.
know. Go on.
It's £221.20 a week. It'll be £961.83 a month or £11,541.90
It's just
a year.
nothing.
And I get it on my 68th birthday.
It's something to look forward to.
68?
isn't it?
I mean,
Is that what age we're
Oh, do we need to do
It's
this
so
when
full
we're
of-
67? Are we still doing
We're
this?
still
Because
doing
life
the pod.
expectancy is what, 77? So
don't
they
know- I
expect to
don't know
pay
what
it
it
for
is for
9
women.
years.
Yeah.
I think it's 76 for men and 77 for
don't
women.
know.
Is it? That's
It's gone
low,
down
isn't
as
it?
well.
No.
Yeah.
I thought it was 80
Yeah.
something.
Well, at least we can be able to
think
feed
if-
ourselves, you know.
I
It's
think
enough
if you're
food.
like,
Wait.
you know, illness free, then you
I
can
don't
expect to
know.
live longer than
Salmon is
average.
very expensive, Liam.
know.
Like, is
Well,
that going to feed
I'm
us?
talking about a trip to Aldi once
We're
a
talking
week.
about being...
£221 a week. You think? I mean, electricity
scary.
will be that much a week by that point.
Yeah,
A day.
yeah. It's not about mortgages and stuff. Cost of living.
I mean, if I die, you get most of my pension, though. So then you'd be okay, wouldn't you?
Is that how it
don't know how
works?
it
I don't think
works. No,
that transfers unless it's a private pension.
private pension. I don't
No,
think state
no, it
pension.
does. Because obviously, my father, he's not with us anymore.
No, that's
But your
old
mum's
people.
not- yeah.
Old people got that. We don't get anything.
What?
No,
Yeah, no, it dies with
Oh,
us.
fucking hell.
I'll get your private pension. Your massive private pension.
You worked out how much that'll be a week.
I mean, at the moment
Fucking
it's
hell,
about, I
about
don't
£1?
know. Yeah,
Pound a week.
50 quid a week.
Every little counts when you're
Every
spending it
little
on
helps.
things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's been a discussion about it recently. It was like, oh, you know, to start paying now into your private pension if you haven't started.
Yeah.
I think I started about was it about 10 years ago we did ours?
No, I don't reckon it was that long ago. Maybe it was, I don't know.
Yeah. So we'll have something, but
Yeah.
we need.
We should
Yeah,
be
maybe
going
it was
hard at
10
the
years ago. It
pension.
was, because it was like
Yeah, and
soon
it's
after or when we
been
had Betty.
slow. So we'll probably have to keep on working until we drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
is it.
absolutely.
I
Yeah.
think so.
Win the lottery or
terrifying.
die at a wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that is
Yeah.
where we would die.
Yeah.
And you'll be well, because they imagine the stress, like, you know, by then, because everyone will have to do like hybrids.
Where
and
will
make
weddings
cake,
be?
do
We'll
the
be doing
flowers.
everything exactly.
Yeah.
But
Doing a venue. Yeah.
We've got a good life insurance
Construct
policy.
the marquee.
So if one of us died,
That's actually a good
we'd
plan.
actually be all right, wouldn't we?
I want you to log on now and see what you've got.
Go on, Pete.
No, I looked it up before. I think it said I had
did
like
you?
7 more years to work or something to get the full.
That's not
pension.
long.
Oh, yeah, I can't remember what mine said
How
about
old
how
are
many
you?
more years I
I
have.
checked that a little while ago.
Yeah.
I'm really old now, Laura. Really fucking old.
No, doesn't say. I
But
just
what
screenshot
year?
them.
What year is it that you're getting your pension?
2051.
God. And that'll just go up as well, won't it? 'Cause it increases
2051.
by a
It'll
year
go
every year,
up.
don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The buggers.
Feels in 2060, finally getting on
Yeah, they'll
£200 a week.
increase the pension age every year so you never get there.
Yeah, basically.
Like, is that what they were doing with cigarettes? So they've done that, haven't they?
If you think about it, we've got more of our working career left than we've already had. We are not
don't
even
say that.
halfway.
God.
We're not halfway.
Not even nearly
You
near
think
our
about
retirement.
What age did I graduate? Like 22?
21, 22.
So I've been working for 20 years,
Yeah.
but I have another...
Yeah.
Yeah.
What,
27?
million to go?
In a way, it's a
20,
positive thing
26
because
years left.
we've got plenty of time left to squirrel that money away. So in a
Oh,
way, it's
God.
Storing those nuts.
it's a positive,
Yeah.
you know?
True, that's true.
Because I'm ready for retirement. I feel
I know. We're gearing up for retirement,
Yeah.
surely, and we're not even halfway.
I've not got the energy left.
Oh, no.
I was talking to one of my friends at table tennis, and he's like a roofer, and he's just turned 50, I think. He's like, yeah, I'm going to retire in like 2 years. And I was like, for fuck's sake.
We need to do that.
We could do semi-retirement, couldn't we? And
I think that's the way to do
yeah.
it. To maybe stop doing weddings and start working at Lidl.
We all need to start being paid in cash, but somehow be able to afford to buy 4 houses and pay nothing in tax. So that needs to be the plan, doesn't it?
Or win the lottery. That's my plan.
That's always
Yeah.
been your plan.
Yeah, I know that I'm going to win the lottery one day.
Keep
I
on
know
saying
I
it.
I
Are we
know
talking
I am.
Are we talking a scratch card or the big one?
I don't know what it'll be, but I know. You know,
Yeah, it'll
just
be a
when you
tenner
know in
on a
your
scratch
bones,
card.
it'll be when I'm 68 and
I'm saying this, and yeah,
Gonna happen.
Yeah.
I believe you.
Should just be
will.
every time you've got spare money, you should be like, right, spending all that on lottery tickets because it's gonna happen.
Yeah, don't put it in a pension.
What's
Yeah.
the plan on a scratch card?
80 quid.
Same, 80 quid.
So you've already won the
But
lottery.
I've probably spent much more than that.
Yeah. So it gets you.
So big thing in the industry at the moment seems to be hybrid, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Nine
Hybrid,
Dots did
yeah.
that
Motion.
yes.
Which sounds like it was a huge success.
Really does,
Lots
yeah.
of people chatting about giving hybrid a go.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about doing a...
You mentioned it the other day.
I did.
didn't you?
I have thought about it, but I just can't see myself being able to produce the level of work that I want to produce, doing both. So it's kind of getting yourself in that mindset of accepting that the quality
photography will give,
is going to be of a lesser quality.
Yeah.
I would say on both parts.
I don't think. I mean, you'll know. Is it possible to do photography as well as you would have done before if you're going to add in some hybrid?
Well,
If it's just
like
one
we've
person.
done weddings where it's both of us, but we have back in the day we did do. I can think of one wedding where we tried to film and take pictures. I remember like bridal prep doing both at the same time, like as one person, and it wasn't fun, just because of the feeling that I don't know whether to film this or photograph it. You know, like when moments happen, and I think I definitely did a worse job of both things.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is it.
But then
sure
everything
you'd
is a
improve
learning
with
curve, isn't
time.
it? Yeah. If I was doing that every week, then it would get easier. And I think the trick is to choose key moments to film
Yeah.
rather than thinking I need to film and photograph everything that
I
happens.
just think the post would be so much more as well. Like the
Yeah.
post-production, like you're not...
Yeah, well,
I
you're
think-
adding a big job in, aren't you?
Yeah.
I
Editing
think
a
my
film.
problem with it is that it turns it. So I think you're the same as us, Liam. Like, you know, when you're shooting, you like just keep looking for lovely moments. Like you don't
Yeah,
have
you're
like
not
a
thinking
set
about the-
plan or schedule or like shot list in your head other than the group shots.
Yeah.
Whereas I think if you're going to do hybrid, you need to be really clear.
Yeah, you have to have a
what you're
logistical
there for.
plan.
You just be like,
Yeah.
I need this shot, I need this shot, and you'll
Yeah.
make it. If you made those things happen, like
Yeah.
I'm going to set up this makeup shot, I'm going to set up this bridesmaid shot. You could get
Yeah.
them each, but
Yeah.
it would be like you're producing
think-
the wedding.
For
Yeah.
many parts of a day, it's doable where there aren't like these specific moments that if you don't nail it at that moment,
Yeah.
you're in trouble. So things like the first kiss or
Yeah.
the confetti shot or the bride coming down the aisle with dad.
Yeah.
How does one approach that from a hybrid point of view? Because
Yeah.
in my brain, I can't see how I could multitask those two things and
Yeah,
get
you'd
quality
need to be
from
so
both.
quick. You'd need
Yeah.
to film her walking down the aisle, and then pick up your other camera and take pictures of it, you know, and you just have to be like
Yeah.
a
So
bit ninja.
I'm assuming it's all handheld then, is it, if you're doing hybrid?
I would think so.
Yeah.
It'd be like the
I think-
easiest
So I think
way
if
to
you
do it.
scattered like some tripods about, it would really help. You know, so you had the ceremony in full from the back or whatever, and some speeches.
I think if I was to do it, I would take the approach that the photography is going to be
Still the main
still
thing.
the main thing,
Yeah.
and I would produce some form of video that is quite basic, but
Yeah.
would it be enough for the couples to be happy?
Well, this is the thing. I understand why people will be able to sell hybrid, because a lot of people don't want a full video. Like, and for weddings where people aren't having any video, they'll still probably love, you know, even if there is no audio,
Yeah.
you know, just little snippets of
Yeah.
stuff.
The thing for me is that, like, our job in the wedding industry as photographers or videographers is difficult enough as it is. We're doing the job of, like, advertising, social
Yeah.
media, accountants, photography. Now, is hybrid being, like, led by a need for creativity, for people wanting to do video because...
We know that's not the case.
Or is it because we're having more pressures put on us? We feel like we've got
Yeah.
to do it because
Because other people are doing it.
yeah, and that's
Yeah.
my thing. That I'm like, well, where does it stop? Like, are we then doing content creation on top? Like, in 10 years' time,
Yeah.
where are we at? How much pressure is on us?
Yeah,
Like, compared to...
I agree.
Yeah, I think it's a
10 years
combination.
ago,
It's a
I just-
combination of
Because you could do everything, but you have to protect what you know
I
is a
think
good.
like if you did it with like a second shooter, like you had an associate, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I think like hybrid shooting
Yeah.
becomes
way easier.
way easier. Yeah, like
Yeah.
Definitely.
we can do it.
Yeah.
I mean, we stopped doing it because like it stressed us out, and also like so many of our recommendations come from photographers, and if we're gonna like
Yeah.
they're like we're hybrid, we do everything, like
Yeah.
no one's gonna recommend us because that'd be stupid of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I'm not down
It
on
is-
hybrid
yeah.
shooters at all because I
not at
love
all.
video, really love it. It's just like the pressure.
Yeah,
so
do
much
I have
pressure.
to do that
There's so
now?
much pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
Like
is
where-
pressure, a lot of pressure at the moment, because a lot of inquiries we're getting, they're asking about video. We don't mention video on our website,
Yeah.
but we're getting more and more inquiries where they're like, do you also do video? And that never happened in the past.
Yeah.
So there's a demand now from couples.
Interesting.
But it should
wanting
be
an
that
all-in
people
package.
are
Both.
getting photographers and videographers and content creators, don't you think? Rather than just expecting one person to do it all.
Well,
I don't
mean,
know.
I'd agree, but like everyone's feeling the
Pinch.
the pinch,
Yeah, I
aren't
get
they?
it.
Like, like we're all like, fucking salmon is ridiculously expensive.
Who's eating salmon? Because
We used to have salmon all the time. It was like a weekly
Miss
thing.
salmon.
You can get a good side of salmon from Aldi still, good
Yeah.
price.
Yeah.
Yeah, 20 quid.
Yeah.
£8 for
As a
half a side of
treat.
salmon.
Hello.
It's not bad.
From Aldi.
Where did you?
Is it?
Did you see that? I was looking for salmon the other day, and I was like, no.
Maybe we should be in the
Aldi.
salmon industry.
They started in Tesco selling it in those big like
Lock
cases,
boxes.
lock boxes.
I know, people are nicking it in the pubs and want some salmon, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't blame them. It is so
would buy that.
expensive. Yeah. I would. Like, yeah.
give me a fish.
Yeah.
Drop this steak, mate.
Oh, yeah.
It's upon us, and I've known this for a little while now. People are wanting, photography and video at a better price.
Yeah.
So I can see why a lot of
But
people are
it's-
switching to the hybrid.
It's exciting seeing people getting excited and like
Yeah.
Yeah.
falling in love a little bit with it and trying
Yeah.
out new things. I
Definitely.
love that.
And they should all
love
get
the-
our course.
I
you
love the
know,
cre-
so
Yeah,
can
they
do
all
their
need
own
to
thing.
get Lawson Film School. That's
Totally, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to see people being creative and kind of like pushing
I
the
agree.
boundaries of what they've done before because
Yeah.
it will make you see things in a different light as well. It's just a personal thing, you know, where it's like I don't stop
want to.
asking so much of me.
Yeah,
I feel,
yeah.
I feel triggered and pressured.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Well, because
Yeah.
it takes the kind of sheen off everything that you do, like each individual thing, doesn't it? It's like if you're really good at pictures, but then you're made to do video, and you're like, I don't feel great at that. But now it's just like a box ticking
Yeah.
exercise that I have to
but
do.
maybe
that
as
to
you
do
say,
that.
maybe it is just a learning process and 3 years down the line
Yeah.
you'll be like, I'm so grateful and so glad that I started doing that
Yeah.
because now it feels natural and normal.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel uncomfortable in that way before. And look at what I've managed to create for
Yeah.
my couples. Maybe it's that uncomfortable process. Maybe I don't
Yeah,
like
there's
that.
nothing wrong with trying something new. You're not
Therapizing
going to know
myself.
what you're doing.
Yeah, like getting out.
Don't
of
like the
comfort zone, it's
uncomfortable
fine,
bit.
Yeah.
I can't see myself like dabbling.
Oh, really? No?
it. No, I don't think I've got the right kind of organizational like mindset to be able to do both at the same
Think
time.
about-
You are
Feel
quite
right.
organised when it comes to weddings. Like, if you're travelling with me, total shit show. You don't know where you're going, what's happening, how many days we're there for, nothing. But you organise all your own trips away. Like, you organise all of the, like,
It's having
Wedding
like multiple
meetings
cameras
and-
with me, and I
Yeah.
just don't think I wouldn't want my photography to take a dent from doing it. So I just can't see. I can see myself maybe doing like some form of content creation.
Yeah.
To kind of go alongside the photography.
but maybe you
but
need
not
to
the
go
video.
on a hybrid, like, workshop or course or something.
See
just
how
to
it works,
see, because you
yeah.
might be like, oh, actually, this isn't as...
I don't need to do that. I've got these guys.
The
I could
logistics.
just come round here for an afternoon.
And we can bombard you with excessive information, and you'll be like, no.
Turn up to a wedding with us, you'd be all right. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not there yet in my
I
mind.
think if you want to do it, you'd have to really want to do it. You have to think of the end product of like, I want to make this, and you have to be really interested in like editing.
I'd like it. You know, maybe it's something for the future.
Yeah, because you love
For when-
video.
I love video.
So-
I love like arty shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you do the video?
But it means Betty being old enough to not be around. So I think it's something that's like a few years
Yeah.
off. Maybe
But
I need
it's
to...
not long.
what,
you
like
know.
3 years though?
Yeah,
I don't
in
know.
a few years, you should see where the wind takes you. Because
Yeah.
if you're inclined, you could give it
Maybe
a go.
I need to do some, like, just start off little bits and bobs.
What are
Of...
those cameras that estate agent photographers use to film inside? It's like a gimbal type thing, and it's they
Like
walk
an Osmo
around.
Pocket thing.
Yeah, like you could probably do something
Like a
with that.
360.
Yeah, like either a 360
think
No,
that-
no, not
or,
360s.
or something on like a gimbal, and they use them to film the interiors of properties.
Well, you
Yeah.
can just
Do
get
something like
a
that.
little. I can't remember what they're called, but yeah, there's loads of gimbals you can get for your phone because your phone's like a good quality camera. It's better than like the
I've
Osmo that
seen
we
these
used to have.
cool, like, art lenses that you can put over your...
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
want one of those.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I could do
Over
something
your
if I had like
iPhone.
a sort of like a holster where the phone's on. You whap the phone out. You do a little bit of film with the
Yeah.
phone, whap it back into a salsa again and shoot, I'd do that.
Is
Yeah.
this like where you're going to have a hat and your camera's attached to the hat?
Well, that
And
would
would
be
you
like,
forget all about it as well?
that would be the ultimate solution, but you're just going to look like a fucking bellend, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
Just
I'd
like
do
one
something
man
with the
walking
phone.
along with like the hat on and just stuff strapped to him,
Yeah.
just filming from all angles.
Like a guy
Inspector
from the
Gadget.
photography show. You know, he's just like loaded up from head to toe.
Yeah.
Well, some- I
So
don't know,
stealth.
Maybe.
And then everyone at the wedding is just like,
What are those glasses? Meta glasses.
yeah.
Yeah.
You could do something with them, maybe.
I really want some of those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you said that, didn't you?
I really want some.
Yeah.
When we were at an airport somewhere, we were obviously going on holes. And I was just like, oh, these glasses are cool. I didn't even know they were Meta ones. I want some.
Yeah.
I think they're really cool.
They look quite cool.
Yeah. Last thing in the industry that has been chatted about this week is Instagram and copyrighted music.
Oh, yeah.
And what our settings are on our profiles
Yeah.
that we need to be listed as a service
Apparently
rather than a
so.
photographer.
Are there any examples of someone who has fallen
there was-
foul to this? And
Yeah. So there was this thing. I can't.
So,
So
there are
if
two
you're a-
now because we've talked about this on the pod before.
Well,
Someone was being sued for 75 grand.
I remember, yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's been another story lately which appears to be different.
different people
Different
also
person.
getting sued.
Right.
And like in the end, for this newer one, they apparently settled for like 3.
Settling for eight
Eight?
grand. Yeah,
So
but they
it-
also had the solicitors' fees on top of that.
It was a photographer or videographer, was it? Yeah. Just posting as we do.
So the
think
one
it's a
I
photographer.
know of, they were a copywriter. And this was coming through from a videographer who knew this copywriter. The copywriter was looking after social media for, we think it's a venue, and they used one of the trending audio songs. In
So the
this.
account was a business.
So the account was a business.
And they used trending audio,
used trending
which
audio.
Instagram will let you do.
Yeah.
It doesn't always
some
for a
people.
business. Yeah, if you,
Because it is
some people
mystical.
when it's like, do you want to be a business or a creator?
Yeah.
A lot of people will go for creator because like you get access to all the music.
Yeah.
And like as soon as you do a business, like you look through your
It
available
takes the
songs
music
and you're
away.
like, oh, I can't use anything.
Yeah.
So I'll be a creator because I am a creator.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I get where they're coming from. But anyway, the recording label like sent one of these, we're going to sue the shit out of you to the whoever it was that I think is a venue
Yeah.
had this on their social media.
Yeah.
And then obviously the venues turned around to this copywriter
Like,
and were like,
he did
you
it.
put it on.
You're the social media
want,
guy."
this money's going to come from you because
Yeah.
you're getting us in the shit here.
Right.
So it's sort of complicated situation, but basically don't use copyrighted music. You know,
Don't-
the same as it's always
Yeah.
been. Like,
If you're a
because
business,
for a while it was like, no, Facebook and Instagram have sorted it all out for
though,
you.
because if Instagram are just giving you the option, so that like say when I make a reel, I
Yeah.
just go to the reel templates and make a reel from their template that has
like
their songs
everybody's
on.
doing.
Yeah.
You know, so
But
I
you
can
can't
see
do
why
that.
people are.
But
Yeah.
like, because if you're like making something and in a way you're selling it to other people
Yeah.
and you're using someone else's
Music to sell
as
your
part of what
product.
you're
If I'm
selling to
listed
someone.
as a service and they've provided it, why can't I do that?
But you're
Because you're using their music
To
to
sell
make
your
yourself
thing.
money.
Yeah.
so that's why
using it commercially.
you're in danger
Yeah,
of
like
them of
Even as a
their
service.
music
Yeah.
has become part of your product that
Yeah,
you're
well,
selling to
that
them.
makes a lot of sense.
even if you're down as a creator or you haven't done the I'm going to be a business blah blah blah, you're still a business, so they could still technically
but-
sue you.
No, but they
I'm
don't
saying-
seem to mind about that. It's only when you're selling it as a final product. Whereas creators are normally, it's just like a backing track, isn't it? It's not.
yeah.
Here's an interesting one. So what are we listed as at the moment?
business, with
Business.
services.
So, okay.
Yeah.
So a few months back, I created a reel and I was able to use a copyrighted song by a certain artist
Yeah.
for this reel. But when it came to actually, if I wanted to promote it,
Yeah, you can't ever promote with a
so that makes sense because obviously that you're
Yeah.
then using
You
it
can't-
as an advert.
Yeah, you can't do an
So
advert.
so are you allowed to post just generically using this music rather than actually posting it as an ad. Because if you're posting it as an ad, then clearly you make money, aren't you? You're paying for an advert to try and acquire services.
But even putting it on your Insta is promoting you, isn't it? So it's a danger zone where they could potentially still...
I don't think it's that you can't use any of the music on Instagram at all when you're a business and a service. I don't think that that's right, is it? I think it's the opposite, that if you're a creator and you're listed as a photographer...
If we've got the right settings, how did it allow me to use the...
Yeah, you're using all the right settings.
I think
exactly.
Instagram doesn't give a fuck, basically. Like, it's not their job. It's just like, we'll provide you with these things.
Yeah.
Just like you can download music from the internet and you'll be like, well, I've got the music, I'll just use it. You know, like, you can't.
But it sounds like...
But Final Cut let me use it, you know.
It sounds like even if you've got the right settings, it's still giving you access to this music. It's not removing that access.
It does remove some of the songs when you go over to a service. It doesn't give you all the access to all the trending audio anymore.
Yeah.
But I was able to use a big artist's song, even though we have the correct settings. So
really Instagram should make it so that you can only use what you're legally allowed to use, but clearly they're not doing that.
Yeah, even if you have the right settings, you can still fall foul, it seems.
Yeah.
It seems like such a
stressful, isn't it?
grey area as well.
Totally.
I know a lot of people were kind of like, this seems like one of those, like, I heard this. And it comes down through like Chinese whispers of, does anybody actually know?
Does anyone know? Is this a thing that could happen? Because everybody is using music on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's not a rare thing.
Surely, though, if it was spotted that you were using this music, surely it's just a case of you get an email saying, what are you doing?
Apparently they don't notify you.
We should remove it. And
I know, you would think that would be nice, wouldn't it?
But
Because you
then
wouldn't care. You'd just be like, cool, I'll take it down.
That doesn't seem like a normal legal process to
just
never
jump
let
to
you
suing
know.
you.
Yeah.
Just be like, you go into court,
agree,
we're going to try and fleece you.
It's
from
really
underground.
terrifying.
Yeah. But I think it's one of those things that now we're like, oh, it's a grey area, but it's never been a grey area in the past. It's always been like, you're not allowed to do it.
Yeah,
we all knew.
But it would let you.
Like back in the day, when we started, doing films, we knew like 10 years ago, it's absolutely not allowed to use it. You look it up and you're like, no, you'll get sued.
Most people don't look it up and wouldn't
I
think.
wouldn't-
Like couples are like, can I have this music in my film?
No.
Like, obviously not. You know, you can't have any music you've ever heard. No, you can't have it. You know, like, but it's not a thing that everyone knows.
10 years ago, yes, we did know about copyright. Like, we all knew that. But as, like, the influencer, social media, TikTok, Instagram, everything
doesn't
uses
change
music.
the law, though, does
it feels like the...
Yeah, I agree. You're on
the tone
Instagram
has
and you're
changed
hearing
and-
like the same music.
The same songs over and over.
Yeah.
But then influencers will be allowed to use it because they're influencers. They're,
Why are the rules different for them though?
because they're marketing your music. They're not marketing
They're not marketing the music though.
Well, they are, though, 'cause it
Marketing
comes
whatever
up,
they're
doesn't it?
selling. Yeah.
They're just using the music for their...
Yeah.
Is there a way
It's annoying, isn't it? Because they're allowed to use it to sell the third-party product. But then if that original
Don't know how
company
that's
that's
allowed.
given them stuff to promote were to use that song themselves, that wouldn't be allowed.
Just doesn't seem...
Someone else,
Yeah.
it is bullshit. But
Put something within the post promoting that song as well. So then you're promoting their services as well. Does it get around?
God knows.
it depends.
Don't know.
Like, I think if you're promoting like a lesser known artist, maybe you'd be able to get away with it.
You could be
but
like,
if you're like sharing, using Ed Sheeran, I don't think you
Could be like,
using
Ed
that
Sheeran,
it really
big
helps
fan,
Ed Sheeran
go
that
and
much.
buy
I
his
don't think they'd
album,
buy that.
I feel like I should somehow do a deep dive on Google and see what Instagram's rules are around music and copyright. Because really, Instagram should
Instagram's
offer no
rules
music.
don't matter though.
They shouldn't
It's the
offer any,
recording
shouldn't
artist.
they?
Yeah.
Like, how does the music get onto Instagram?
Because it's putting people in danger. Getting sued.
How is it offered? I've got so many questions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's just we've all got to be careful, haven't we? And more mindful of what we use going forward.
Yeah.
Because it's just one of those things where you're just going to just do it blind sometimes, but it would make you think more now, wouldn't
You
it?
would think, there's a risk. I don't know.
Yeah. And then there's a load of people online that are just like, no, it's nonsense. It's one of those, like, you know, Chinese whispers kind of vibe.
And for the most part, it will be. People aren't getting sued left, right, and centre. We don't know anybody that's been sued, like, personally. You know, like, it's not a thing that's happening, like, everywhere, is it?
No.
You could use it and probably get away with it forever. But
Yeah.
That 0.1% chance.
Exactly, there's that chance.
because that's why they, you know, they have these big headline figures of like £70,000 so that word spreads, and you know they only have to sue a few people.
Yeah.
But yeah, get a subscription to a music service.
Yeah, but music bed is like £1,000 a year.
I've just Googled, and Instagram says, so what are the rules for using music on Instagram? There are no limits on using music in stories or traditional music performances. Example, filming a live artist or band performing their own music. The more full-length recorded tracks in your video, the more likely the video may be limited. Shorter clips of music are recommended. I mean...
Yeah, but they're avoided the question there, haven't they?
Yeah, that's just live music.
Live music recording, that's totally different.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, maybe we'll make our own songs, B.
Yeah, just every
pots and pans
reel
out.
should just be like do 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 do.
Tambourines out, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe this is a new business in this. We can create some awesome music for the wedding industry. You know, what can you play?
The triangle.
I can play the saxophone.
I'm good on the spoons.
There you go.
Yeah, we can sort
B's
something
all right.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Betty is a great singer.
Let's do that.
Laura's a great singer. She was on the stage. I am still yet to hear you sing 20 years into our friendship.
You'll be waiting forever. I mean, she sings in the car sometimes.
Trying to keep
isn't
the
it?
mystery alive, you know.
Yeah. So which stage in Manchester were you on?
The Palace.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I know. I don't know why.
You're good then.
It just doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Like even the local drama thing, I'm like, you should do that. She's like, no.
Oh my God, I can't do Andram.
Yes,
Come
you
on.
could.
Imagine if you guys all came to the Christmas panto in the village, and I'm Cinderella.
Love it.
Do it.
So Laura on vocals in the triangle, Pete tambourine.
I got no skills.
Yeah, I'm good on the
Can't you
maracas.
play the guitar a little bit? Have you forgotten
No.
it all? Piano a little bit.
I started trying to play guitar for about 3 months, which was
The
fun.
kids
but,
learn the
you know,
guitar for a
busy.
bit. They can play
Oh,
Happy
ukulele.
Birthday, can't they? Oh, yeah, ukulele.
Saxophone.
I did grade 2 piano, but
you
I've forgotten
go.
all of that. I don't know the keys.
Drop
or
it.
anything.
Sorted.
Yeah.
Try something. Let's try and put
We
something
are
together.
sorted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so going forwards,
Yeah, what? I don't know. What?
don't
knows?
use any
None of
music
us
on,
know.
on,
Be scared.
on Reels on
When the-
Instagram.
yeah,
don't
when-
use it.
When the
But then,
first
like, but-
one happened, though, that's what I went through our Insta, removed every reel that had any Instagram audio on, and just started using Music Bed. But that's easily done when you've got a subscription.
When you're a videographer, but when you're a photographer, what are we doing? With how much is your music bed? I remember you saying one year that you'd paid like £1,000 on a.
like £900 a year.
That's a lot.
I do
isn't
have
it,
a
for-
discount code. I'll put it in the thing below. If anybody wants a discount on
Art
Music
list
Bed.
as well is more, like a more affordable option.
Artlist, there's Soundstripe, there's so many.
But I mean,
like,
Yeah.
the
music.
thing is,
But you need to bear in mind as well, some things are only valid as long as you have a subscription.
Yeah.
So we had to change the music for this podcast.
oh yeah, because
because
yeah,
that
we
was from
cancelled Soundstripe.
Soundstripe.
I wonder why it changed.
And then
Yeah.
we got like a copyright flag on the first one, which is fine. You normally just dispute it and it goes away. And now it's up and it's like, oh, our license was only valid
while we have that.
while we
See, the thing is, most photographers are not going to spend an extra £1,000 a year on some music
No.
to use on some reels.
when it's just there on Instagram.
So how
Like,
much is
use
Artlist?
this,
'Cause
it's, you know.
When we first started using Artlist, it was like £200, and we were like, "Oh, this is
I
awesome."
don't think it's £200 anymore.
We could just
Probably
stop
not.
doing reels.
Yeah,
Yeah.
could do.
You guys can't because you need.
Yeah.
But you'll find.
No, but you
because
need
you've
to
got-
use Reels as well, don't you?
Well, we don't really post that many reels.
But
I
like
can
you
do-
were
I can
saying
do away with
earlier,
them.
it's good to use a template as well. You know, like it's the music. You can use the template.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Yeah.
You know, like I get why people are using them.
Just use nature sounds or something over a reel.
Again, surely, where's the music come from? Who's made it?
Do you, when you're on Insta, do you listen with the sound on? Because most of the time on Insta, I do not have
No.
the sound on when I'm just scrolling. And I think probably most people don't have the sound on. Maybe it's not even that big a deal to do silent posts.
So Artlist is
Yeah.
£408 a year, but even when I was just searching for that, something else came up: audio. £200 a year.
There's lots of AI music available, isn't there, on
Oh my god,
Instagram?
this is so cool.
You know, we can use AI music.
What was
That's
that thing
true.
we
Maybe
used?
AI music would do.
Yeah.
I had a little play with it. Just,
Yeah, you
'cause you
did
can you can write your own lyrics.
You
like
did a podcast
stupid,
intro,
stupid.
didn't you?
Yeah,
I love that, yeah.
Oh yeah. What was that even called?
It was amazing.
Got everyone right apart from my name.
Liam.
Liam. Yeah.
I'm sure you could spell it like
I don't
phonetically.
know.
And it would
It's
get it right.
so confusing because really Instagram should not be offering any
No, trying to
music.
shaft
That
us.
we're not allowed. Yeah.
You know,
Sort it out, Zuckerberg.
It's like a common sense.
Now
thing,
we
isn't it?
have
It's
to
like,
really
well,
think about all this.
I think we
It's
just
not
need
fair,
to
is it?
accept that none of them are our friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They will let you do whatever you want. Like you can upload something to YouTube with copyright music, and it will mute it now, but it didn't used to. People got
yeah?
sued because
Oh,
things were
really?
on YouTube.
I put stuff on YouTube and I use InShot, so you can use the music from InShot, and then
But can you?
It embeds the copyright into it, and then you can put it on YouTube.
Yeah.
But YouTube are very clever because they'll spot it straight away, and I've not had any videos taken down by doing
Yeah.
it this way. But the music's terrible; it's
Yeah.
really bad.
Well, where's the track from that we use for this? I think it's from MusicBed, isn't it?
MusicBed,
And
yeah.
then like at the end of the description, you'll see there's all these numbers, which is like the sync, code or whatever. So it's just like, like they know that's from MusicBed. They know we've got access to it. It's all working together. But you've just got this weird shitty code at the end of your description. But I think we probably should be paying for our music though. I think.
And then you don't have to
£400 a
worry,
year.
I guess.
It's tricky, isn't it? Because some songs on Instagram that have gone viral, they're from artists that brought those songs out like 5 years ago. Nothing came of them, and then suddenly they're blown
Yeah.
up because they've been used on all of these reels,
Yeah.
and then they've.
Well, I think you'll find the artist will almost always be fine with you using your track, and the recording label will sue you.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
just want as much money as possible, I guess.
Well, because I guess they think that's their job, isn't it? So people shouldn't. Well, I mean, what's the point of them otherwise, unless they're making money for the artist for this
Yeah.
and for themselves, obviously. Most of it for themselves.
Oh, it's wild out there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't freak out. You'd probably be fine anyway. But
I'm not freaking out. I'll just do
No.
less reels, and just put some nature sounds over it. Like a stream,
I really think you should.
some wind.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
That'll do.
There'll all be those saxophone tracks from now on.
Yeah.
We just need to get me a saxophone.
you still play
I
the
sold all
sax?
my saxophones.
Why?
Lisa Simpson in my head now.
Well, it was when I went to uni, and I was like, drinking money is probably more important than these
No.
saxophones.
How many?
And now you're teetotal, you don't drink at all, and you don't have a saxophone.
It's just
So
a time.
More
Any
decisions.
saxophones.
You have more than one sax.
Yeah.
Gosh, you must
Yeah, I
be
had a
good.
baritone and alto. And that was it, I think.
I want to see you play.
Maybe I had a little soprano as well that looked like
What's
a
the other
clarinet.
thing? Oh, the clarinet, yeah. So,
No, I didn't play the clarinet.
but it's the same, isn't it?
how dare you suggest you
looks
play the
similar.
clarinet?
Okay.
Oh my god.
No.
Two
I don't know whether I'd be able to play the saxophone anymore or not. Who knows?
It'd come back to you, wouldn't it?
Who
I think it
knows?
would. Highs and lows.
Oh God,
there?
I forgot about that.
I got a new coffee machine.
Yay! I knew you would be able to.
It's very fancy.
It's so
Oh,
funny.
so it was 2 weeks ago when
Yeah,
we were discussing
the
it.
last pod.
Yeah.
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 It looks tiny
Yeah.
compared to the other one.
It's smaller. It's smaller and fancier. You're very happy,
It is a
aren't you?
work of art.
So happy. I love it.
It looks so Italian,
It does
doesn't
look
it?
Italian, yeah.
Yeah.
Like it.
Your
And it was
new
delicious
child.
coffee.
Yeah.
Massive upgrade on the last
It's
one.
an upgrade. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, that last one lasted 16 years, so
There
if
you
that
go.
lasts 16 years, I'll almost be retired.
Where is it now?
It was a really sad day for me.
Did you take it to the tip?
Yeah.
Took it to the tip.
No! Did you throw it in the
I
scrap?
had no. So like I would, because I was
Luckily
looking
now.
online and like if it was like in full working order, like I could have sold it for about £400, which is a little. It would probably cost about £250-300 to fix it, if I could find someone, because there was one of the pipes was a bit mangled inside, which is part of why it was on its way out. And then I saw people were trying to get rid of similarly like broken ones, like £100 for like parts and stuff. And there seemed like there was no interest in those. So I was just like, you know what? It's more hassle than it's worth. I don't know anyone that's into coffee enough to take like a really old machine and fix it up.
That might never work.
That might never work.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was just like, fine. I'll
gonna
just
have
take
to take it to the
because
tip.
Laura's just like, get that out of my
Well,
kitchen.
it was massive. Like, what's the plan?
Yeah.
Come on.
So I went to ask
gently
them because I was just like, where can I, but I've got like an old espresso machine, but it's quite heavy. They were like, oh, small electricals. I was like, it's not that small. It's like 30, 40 kilograms of metal. So, because I was thinking it probably should go into scrap metal, if anything.
Yeah.
And then it was like, just thought I was talking out my arse, and then showed him in the boot, and he was like, right, I'll have that.
Yeah, so
so
you took it, did you?
so him and someone else took that away.
Oh,
so
that's good.
So that's given me hope. I might just end up in scrap metal eventually, but it gave me hope
Yes,
Someone
that is
that
Gonna
he's going to
try.
take it to someone that will,
Did it have a
fix it.
name? Did it have a name? The coffee.
Well, I mean, the machine was an Izzo Alex. Izzo was the company that made it. Alex was the model.
We were trying to
Okay.
think of a new name for this one. It's got to be something Italian.
Yeah, Luigi.
Yeah, exactly. Salvatore.
Yeah.
Maximus.
Pepe.
Decimus.
Maximus. Yeah.
Marco.
Laura said Mark.
Yeah.
That, sounds
That was
like a
my
good name
first
for
one.
Coffee, yeah.
But I don't know.
think
it
it
didn't
should be
feel
something short,
right.
You know?
It didn't feel right.
Well,
No.
get to know him a bit and then you can
Yeah,
decide.
you'll figure out a name.
I mean, yeah. That was up, girl.
I love that he's male.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He clearly is.
no.
Yeah. That's a good high of the week.
Yeah.
You've got a low of the week.
Low of the week. No. Got other highs as well. We sold some more film scores.
Yeah.
So many highs.
What a good time to be alive. It's because
Yeah.
of the coffee. You just really turn that mood.
Oh my God, I'm so happy. Oh my God, what's going on?
My high is that I don't have a job. Like living the retired life. It's been really nice, especially because the weather's been a bit more spring. Done a bit of gardening, potted around. Low of the week, having a cold. It's
Having a
annoying. That's it, really. Who else has got a high?
My high is, I don't know what mine will get.
Look at the camera. Straight to the camera, Liam. Tell us your highs.
Getting home. Had a lovely time, but it's just
Yeah.
really nice to be home after 2 long haul weddings. Feels like I've been away for a long time, and it's just really nice to be back with my family.
Yes.
So that's my high. And then my low, what was my low again?
That you've lost your mind.
I've lost my mind.
It's a
Yeah,
good
just
example.
really tired. Yeah, really tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a struggle this week, and yeah, I like to be kind of on the ball with my family, and I feel like I've not been present in my mind, so that's my low. Yeah.
What are
You,
your
B?
highs and lows?
My high is the incense he brought me back from Thailand.
Ah.
Fantastic.
Nothing else
incense.
interesting or exciting has happened in my life in last week other than some incense.
It's
That's
fantastic
good.
That's it.
incense, yeah. It's a bit smoky though, I think, isn't
They
it?
are quite smoky.
What's the smell?
Proper full on.
What's the kind of vibe? All incense smells
mean,
quite similar, doesn't
yeah.
it?
Yeah. Although I do have some really nice cinnamon incense. They are delightful and totally different to your normal.
Uh-huh.
Well, I don't even know what they smell like. They're just
It's nice.
Thailand.
Kashmiri.
pungent.
Yeah.
I love an
So in
incense.
Thailand, apparently, the incense is crap and it's all very chemically. This is what I got
Right, okay.
told.
Okay.
I mean,
So be
coming
careful
from
where you
the
buy it.
incense man who sold the smoky incense. Actually, he didn't even sell them. He gave them to
He
you
gave
for free.
them, yeah. I went into a shop, a Kashmiri shop, bought Betty some tat, and I got talking about incense, and they were saying, don't buy the Thai stuff because it's full of chemicals, it's not good for your lungs. So, well, what can I do? He's like, I'll give you some. So he gave me about 20 sticks of this fine Kashmiri
That's
incense.
nice.
That's really nice.
Really nice, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're quite chunky, aren't they? Bigger than usual.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
What a guy.
Proper.
And my low is the Tesla automatic software update.
Oh, God.
Got in the car to go to yoga on Tuesday morning. The car's updating.
Oh,
What?
no.
The car's on 60%. We sit there.
Yeah.
We sit there. The car's still on 60%.
This is like every time we turn on
And when
Zoom.
you're like, it's getting to the point now where I can't make it if the...
She turned.
I am
Slammed
She
the
had a
dashboard.
panic.
Well, I mean, as if you can't fucking go somewhere because your car's fucking updating in the middle of the day.
So frustrating.
Not overnight.
Also-
in the middle of the day.
Yeah, I
the
don't
yoga
know.
was scheduled into the calendar, which automatically goes to the car to tell you the route that you're going to take. So why the fuck it had decided
To do it there.
at exactly the point we should be leaving to go to yoga?
That's
to-
annoying.
It's ridiculous. You
Anyway.
can't stop it either. When it's going, it takes half an hour. Car not functional.
I said to Liam, if that happened at a wedding, you
Imagine
would
you're leaving the church.
What happened?
No.
Yeah.
So does it just do it when it wants?
I don't know. I think I need to look
You
into
must
it.
be
I
able
think,
to set
I think there's
that.
like auto updates enabled, so I need to
Yeah.
stop that.
But anyway,
Yeah.
I'm normally really chill. I'm not a ragey person at all.
Not
and I
chill.
threw a shoe. I threw my
I
frock.
think that's reasonable.
I was so mad. I had such rage inside of me.
This is after we were sat in the car and she went, fuck it! And slammed the dashboard. I was like, oh. Like, I'll try and sort it, B. I promise I'll try and sort it.
Anyway, thank God, because we know the yoga teacher. I messaged her and was like, is it okay if I'm a bit late? And so I got there in the end.
Yeah,
But it was
I
so
get you.
stressful.
So annoying.
Yeah.
Unacceptable.
Do people hate us now because we drive Teslas
I
as well?
hate the Tesla now just because, yeah.
Because of Elon.
Yeah.
Elon, why? Why, man? All
I
you were
love
was
the car, but I hate all of them.
Yeah.
I can just be a geeky tech billionaire. Why do you
Yeah.
have to get involved in politics, you bellend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, it is fair.
It's
So,
annoying because the car's awesome.
The car is so, yeah.
This aside.
I mean, apart from that.
You might not say it next week when we get a grand bill for the squeaky steering. We'll see.
Or someone sprayed a swastika on the side of your car.
Yeah, yeah.
You said that this morning when you were like, oh, it's going to be...
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
feel
It'll be
guilty.
Pete.
I do feel a bit guilty now.
Turn all those cameras on, you know, the security cameras.
I do feel guilty driving around in a Tesla now.
But we bought it before,
We did,
you know,
but
like...
he's a horror.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, nice cars.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Nice cars.
But we've got a Dyson and he's a dick as well, isn't he? So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I loved my Dyson.
Great British innovator. All the jobs are going abroad.
Yeah. We go to Wetherspoons, he's a bellend. So
Yeah.
we buy Chinese
Amazon.
goods,
Is it
wanker.
just rich people?
Potentially.
Maybe you have to be a certain way to be a billionaire, you know?
Quite possible. You'll
We'll
become
never
Bellend
know.
I will.
I don't think it applies to lottery
don't-
winners, though. I think it has to be like, you know, if you were to be able to, like, you know, take your business to getting you billions.
Yeah, you have to
would
be certain
maybe
kind
have
of
to fuck people over on the way.
Yeah.
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 Bit Succession style.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe not.
Lottery winners are normally depressed, aren't they? I don't think we'd be depressed.
don't think
I
so.
wouldn't.
I think we'd
Good
be-
Lord.
Wouldn't we be so good at being millionaires?
Yes.
Yeah, what would you do?
I was born for this.
What would you do?
I'd go travelling for it.
Yeah, I wouldn't work a day.
I know, because I need to be close to my
would.
table tennis. You
I'd
know?
take Betty out of school, say,
yeah.
you don't need school anymore.
Don't need school anymore.
Just
You've
have
got
a tutor.
generational wealth.
Just
just
have
gonna
a
travel.
tutor.
Maybe keep her in school so she doesn't just like burn it all when you know
if we
when
would
you're
like
dead.
say 30 million and say, Betty, it's sorted. You don't need maths, English. Let's just
No,
go
I
travelling.
don't bother. I was watching something the other day where someone did inherit like millions and they decided not to tell their children until they were like 20 or whatever because they were worried it would make them pointless in the world, and have
Yeah.
no like drive and ambition, which is probably true.
Yeah.
They probably wouldn't think of any jobs. They're not going to be
Yeah.
a doctor or whatever, are they?
No, you never know, do you?
Is that
Never
why
know.
all the people on Made in Chelsea don't have jobs?
Well, they do. They do have jobs. They just don't show the
They're always in the pub.
I think a lot of the time they have pointless jobs though that are funded by their parents. Yeah. Not
Yeah.
sure they're that driven.
They're always in the
agree with
bars, aren't they,
that.
drinking champagne,
Yeah.
being filmed.
don't know.
I mean, yeah.
Don't diss
I think
the
that is kind of
MIC.
their job, isn't it? They probably
Yeah.
get paid to be in there.
I think generational wealth though is like the best thing ever. Imagine that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd be happy with it.
I'd be really happy.
Yeah.
Imagine not stressing about.
Yeah. And just doing
Paying
what
your
you
mortgage.
fancy. Yeah.
Look, we were supposed to have finished this podcast ages ago. Now we're just talking about generational wealth. Come on.
We've got things to do.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.